Hey guys, I'm Brandon from Exhausted, and these are my Ramchargers.
What's a Ramcharger?
Who are you?
None of your business. Welcome to No Idea Automotive. Hey everyone, it's Tyler here, and I have Brandon from Exhausted, who is going to give us a little tour of his Ramchargers, which you don't really come across these very much, and I don't know a lot about them. So Brandon, why do you have two of them? And what are they doing sitting in your yard looking very
Sad.
yeah.
Well, yeah, these are my Ramchargers. This is an 89, and I believe that one's a 92. Pretty sure it is. I have two of them because I want to get this one running back on the road, like doing a resto mod type of build to it. And the other one's more or less just parts, but may become like a race truck / rock crawler, maybe.
Off camera, you were telling me a little bit about what these trucks mean to you, specifically this one right here. There's a sentimental value here.
What was that again?
Sentimental value? I'm having a stroke. There's some sentimental value here with this one, and you kind of want to restore it back to your glory, but there's a little story about how you got this one and how it ended up here now where it's at.
My dad was a car dealer back in the day, and me and him, I was very young, I don't even remember what age, but me and him, we went to an auto auction. We took a car there, we sold it, and we didn't have a way to get back home. We were just going to buy a car there. Well, ended up everything was kind of going through, and this was the last vehicle to run through that day. We ended up buying it. We all kind of fell in love with it. Brought it home, and we had it for years at the dealership. One day, some guy came. He wanted this Ramcharger some kind of bad, and my dad didn't want to sell it. Well, he ended up reluctantly selling it, and he put a crazy number price on it. He ended up selling it. Years later, I got my license, and I was just driving one day, and I just saw this thing sitting in a field behind some dude's house. I was like, man, that looks like the old Ramcharger. I don't know if it is. Went and grabbed my dad. We went up to the house, knocked on the door, and ended up being the same guy he sold it to probably 7 or 8 years later. I ended up making an offer on it, and I bought it. Here she sits.
Nice. I guess growing up, this was like the family truck, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of the go-to. He was a car dealer, so we had many different family vehicles.
You guys sold it and got it back. And rarely you hear that like you're able to find a truck that you like grew up with or anything like that,
Yeah.
and you get to buy it back.
Right.
I see that you got a flat tire. It's really dirty. There's some rust. It hasn't ran.
It has ran since I owned it, or since I bought it.
Okay.
The story is, the reason why I got it so cheap when I got it is, the reason why it was broke down in his yard is because he was up in the mountains pulling a camper with it, and he blew the transmission up. That's what he thought, at least. I don't think the transmission is blown up in it. I think it just got hot, and he ran all the fluid out of it. I did have it driving, and I have driven it across the yard and up and down the street. It was licensed. It was in Mexico. Allegedly.
Who says we live in America? I mean, we're just a couple of white men who speak pretty like twangy English.
So what's wrong with it now is it's not running. When I first got it, I put a fuel pump in it because I knew it needed a fuel pump. Fuel pump probably needs to be replaced now because that was at least 10 years ago, more than likely 15 years at this point. I have tried to put fuel in it since then just to see, and the fuel filling neck is just gone. Need a new one of those. I remember the brakes were not good when I was driving it. Need a whole new brake lines. I remember looking at those. They're like rusted out.
I'm assuming like with all these issues that it has, this is why you have that one back there.
Yeah, that's more or less of a donor vehicle because it's in better shape than this one. It's just this VIN number has more sentimental value to me than this one.
And that one has more options, correct?
Yes, this one is fully loaded from 89. This is a LE model, a 150 LE. Top of the line, all you can get, heat and cool, power windows, power door locks. This is just a base model. Oh, it is a 150. I thought it was a 100, but it is a 150.
What's that mean?
They sold some in V6. These are both V8s, four-wheel drive.
So these should have the same engine, essentially, right?
Yes. It's just a base model 150, and it has the same motor. It's just that one has all the bells and whistles. This one's just more or less
right
base. Yeah. It has vinyl seats. That one's got cloth seats.
I was telling Brandon off camera that I actually like the seats in that one better, but I like the color and like the way that this one looks on the outside better.
That one's got burgundy interior. I've never been a fan of red at all. So, yeah.
On my channel, I have my cousin's, what is it? What is that? What is that?
I don't know.
GMC Sahara. This reminds me a lot of that, especially because his interior was also just vinyl. It was blue.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
it's blue, and it was super basic. Maybe that's why it's a nostalgia thing. We grew up in high school with that. This kind of reminds me of that. Also, the fact that this one's held up so well.
The 92 model. I mean, it's 30 some years old. Was it 34
Yeah,
at this
which
point?
is crazy though, because in '92 they didn't change much from
No.
the '80s to this.
No.
A lot of trucks and stuff didn't back then.
Yeah. Now every year is different.
Right. This is still like '90s, which I
Yeah.
mean to think about '90s.
Us.
That's make me feel old. The fact that you have two of these, and I mean they're pretty like in relatively good condition from just sitting here.
Yeah.
They got the mildew and things like that.
Oh yeah, they'll wash right up and clean up.
Yeah. Also, it's just this old truck, so like who really cares like how much it looks as long as it runs and like mechanically it sounds. I love the anti-theft system you have going there.
Hey, that was on it when I got it. I'm assuming the lock just broke and they just like, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna padlock it.
Yeah, I mean very intuitive. So it looks like that one has the aftermarket exhaust.
They both do.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, that one sounds amazing.
Yeah.
It's the best sounding vehicle I've ever heard.
And I noticed on the blue one, it doesn't have as much rust as like this one does.
Yeah.
Which I feel like for an 80s vehicle, especially a truck, this is really normal. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I don't want to say it's normal. So what happened with the rust? I asked the guy when I bought it. The guy lent it to his son for a winter, and he went and ran it on salt and like was doing donuts and stuff like that, and just came back and never washed it.
Man.
And it just kind of like after a period of just kind of like sitting there, it kind of just rusted through. It wasn't like it was immediately rusted, but it happens. And it just never got caught up. But I mean, it's not like it's cheese. It's pretty solid rust. it's just
I like
little,
solid rust. Yeah, I like that. And the
interior is lackluster, but
I mean,
I was tearing it apart and do some stuff. Like I said, the plan is to go resto mod with it, completely take the dash out, completely redo everything. That's the plan.
Are you like charging for a storage fee for anyone back here, or
is there anybody living in it?
I don't know.
I haven't been in it in a long.
The Ramcharger was basically a truck that they just put a permanent camper shell on the back of,
basically,
which is pretty much what all 80s SUVs were.
Yeah,
at some
because I
point.
mean it was body on frame, so that's pretty much what they all were back in the day.
Love the head safety, the head restraint safety on these back seats. Just snap your neck. Not that you're going very fast in one of these.
No,
but
we will.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, all you gotta do is just hit it hard, man. Like it owes you money or something. There you go.
Yeah, that's what you mean. There we go.
That's heavy. I'm weak, I know.
Well, aren't we all? So what's your goal? Are you keeping this?
As probably a coffee table. My goal is to actually build a shop here. Bought a house a few years ago and looking to build a shop. So plans are to build a shop and completely redo this truck inside of the shop because this ain't it. I want to get a like Hellcat or something like that to put in here.
I told him he needed to get a Elephant. Just like go all the way.
Go if I'm going to spend all the money, just spend it all.
Yeah, just spend all the money. You know what? Don't build the shop.
Just
put all that money into this and see what happens.
Okay.
If you have ever owned one of these or you're really into Ramchargers and have some ideas that you can share with Brandon, please do so. So this is you said 5.9, and we were talking, your battery over here is from 2019.
Yes.
Which was the last time you think it ran.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Pretty sure I bought that and it ran. I got it running off starter fluid because the gas tank was messed up. So that's the last time I had it. Basically running was just a little bit off starter fluid.
I'm assuming this has factory AC?
Yes.
Do both of them? I can't remember in that one.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. This is really cool.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this right here. This is like a light that, how do you do it? Like,
I've gotten it out once. I don't know if I want to take it out yet.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd probably
it's
break
a little. That's one of those things I'd like to take apart and restore it, and then put it back together. But I know y'all have seen them where the light kind of comes out, and you can move it wherever and use it as a work light, and then retract it back.
I was noticing he has like still these original stickers. This has all like the option codes and stuff. That's really cool that this still is existing under this hood, and then all this information. Yep. Over here.
It's got the factory hand cranks.
Yep, and it comes with a jug of oil. You'll love that. So the goal with this one is fully restore it to a resto mod, like you said. Put a modern interior inside of it.
Yeah, modern interior. The thing I want to do with this is have an old body on a new truck, basically. I mean, that's basically what I want to go for. I want to be able to get into it and drive to wherever, and be able to get parts for it. You know, kind of availability quickly. Kind of like good daily driver, good dependable daily driver is what I want.
Are you gonna put like airbags and stuff in it? Or?
What's the airbag?
Let's get inside the blue one and talk about what you want to do to it.
Okay.
Before we talk about what he's going to do with this blue truck, I'm sitting in it right now. Just kind of show the interior off. It is basic in here, but I think it's like, I don't know, it's really nostalgic for me. I think it would be so cool if this was taken off. You took this off and it was like open air. It'd be pretty cool. I know there's plenty of vehicles that have that. Why would you ruin something like this to have that? But it just got plenty of space back there. Looks like a lot of rust. These seats are actually pretty comfortable for how old they are.
What are you doing back there?
I live here now. I was letting the audience know about how nostalgic it feels in here.
Oh,
just
yeah.
like,
Yeah, you stepped right into the 80s, didn't you?
yeah.
This is a 90s vehicle, but you stepped right into the 80s.
Well, like my grandparents and stuff like had things like this. And my granddad, he had, I think it was a late 70s F-150.
Okay.
It was bright yellow.
Oh, yeah.
And then like he had some other things. I think he had like a Suburban. This reminds me of that so much. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, most manufacturers, they didn't stray much from what the dashes and the seats and stuff were. What are you thinking about doing with this one? I know you're going to use some parts off of it. You have a whole body, a chassis here, and a whole nother engine. Like, is there anything that you think you want to do with this one?
What do y'all want to see? Do y'all want to see something crazy? We'll do something crazy.
I told him he should turn it into like a rock crawler, like off-road thing.
That would be sick. If it is gonna be like a rock crawler of some sort or something along those lines, these glasses right here, these side glasses,
yeah,
that's coming out. That's coming out, and I'm saving those because you can't find those. I know that. I know that.
Also, just
at least yes, ashtrays.
Ashtrays.
In case your kids want to smoke.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Or hide a little something in there. We did try to open the hood of this one, and it doesn't open. And it looks like someone, you have to try to pry it open.
Pretty sure I had it open before.
When's the last time you even like looked in there? You don't remember?
I'm pretty sure I haven't looked in there since I got it.
Brandon, I think we might need to get a screwdriver.
I got plenty of pry bars. We can get in. We can try to get into it.
What is that? It was made in the USA, whatever it is.
I don't know. It says it's good.
It does say it's good.
I don't know what it is.
I mean, it doesn't look very good. Please handle
it has a
care.
plug.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
connection.
I feel like it doesn't belong in here. Warranty is void if you open this.
Oh well, we might have to open it. We might have to void that.
Hey,
We're in.
we did it.
Yay!
Well, I didn't really do much of anything actually.
You filmed it.
I filmed it. Not much different.
Yeah.
This one looks a little better. I mean, it's still got something in there. Look at all that seepage down there.
Probably has a blown head gasket. That's probably why it's still sitting here. That's probably why it wasn't running.
Yeah. Well, yay, we got in here. It's not much different. It's just blue and a little cleaner.
It looks like a brand new battery. They just washed it off.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's that?
external resistor.
What does that mean?
Something aftermarket because they got it on the starter cap, or not the starter cap, but the distributor cap.
One thing I noticed when you were leaning over, like there's so much in between you and the engine versus like a lot newer vehicles. That was crazy.
Yeah.
And this thing really does like sit down in there too.
Yeah. There's plenty of room for activities in there. Twirly boys.
Want to do that?
Twirly boys.
You know what? Actually, scrap everything I said. Let's just put something here for weight distribution, and we'll just put something like a V10 Viper engine in the back. We'll just make it mid-engine. We'll just go crazy. You can have your really nice one where you could daily drive, and this one just turned it into a monster. So if you do have suggestions on what Brandon should do with this blue one, leave them in the comments below. If you've done something like a cool like restoration or something with a Ramcharger yourself,
Hit me up.
yeah.
Yeah, if you know where any parts are or anything that you know like cheap or something like that, I'll look into it.
Brandon, thank
Yes.
you very much for showing me your Ramchargers. Let me know a
Oh,
little bit about them.
Yeah.
The story, why you have them, what you're doing with them. I don't get to see, or really anybody gets to see Ramchargers that often.
yeah, they're hardly on the road. If you see someone on the road, tell a person that you think you're cool because they think so as well.
Just love the actual Ram. I noticed
Yeah.
you don't have it on the blue one, but
Yeah.
that Ram is so cool. Which I love the old Ram logo.
Yeah.
Kind of got a little cartoonish as the years went on. You can impale someone with that. I appreciate Brandon letting us check out his Ramchargers. Hopefully we get to follow along with what the journey is on Exhausted.
Yeah.
I think that would be super cool to kind of see that these culminate to whatever your vision is. It'd be pretty cool if I could like be a part of that and kind of watch
Absolutely.
and learn about
I
what
got
to
a
do.
wrench with your name on it.
Great. That's going to be great. As always, on No Idea Automotive, we learn what we don't know. And please go check out Exhausted. They're doing some pretty interesting stuff over there. Brandon, do you have anything you want to share?
Go check out the channel. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers at the time of recording this video. And if we are over 1,000 subscribers, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
If you're new here to No Idea Automotive, please hit subscribe, hit the like button if you want to see the chaos that ensues with me trying to figure out how to work on my cars and just learning about cars in general. But until the next one, learn what you don't know.